Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa. Well, when we're putting together these shows, I like to do, my research. I follow, of course, our colleagues over at City News Ottawa. I also like to read publications like the Ottawa Business Journal, and I came across a couple of stories about an incredible Ottawa success story. And he is the owner and founder of Hit Point Press. I'm joined by Ricardo Evangelho. Ricardo, first of all, congratulations on all your success. And my starting point is you have to tell our viewers the history behind Hit Point Press. Tell us how this all began.
So, for starters, Hit Point Press is a tabletop role-playing game company. We make games and accessories, and the way we started was actually kind of a bit of like a nerdy one. Honestly, it's right in line with what we're doing in this space because
Nice.
we developed gaming accessories for a card game called Magic the Gathering. And to help fund that initial product idea of making these little gaming tokens, I actually sold $5 worth of cards to produce my first print run and start building what I was creating in terms of like a nice little product idea. We started spinning off and trying to create different technologies within the gaming space to kind of make things kind of cool and interesting. And we would make little lenticular cards that animate when you tilt them. So it added an extra level of play. So you kind of had more enjoyment when you're playing your games.
And Ricardo, I think, a lot of people would probably say to themselves, well, a lot of these games are played online and so forth, but people still like that tactile feeling, right? I know my brother's a Dungeons and Dragons guy, but he still likes to have things in front of him, right? He still likes to touch and feel and, see the little elf or wizard. Was that part of the thinking as well?
So a big part of what I like to produce with my team is high quality, like printed materials, because, having a book in your hand and being able to feel the paper and see the art, it's very important for getting ideas on how you want to build and create. And that's a very big part of the space that we're in. It's very collaborative. People like to be able to share stuff and hand things out. And sometimes digital PDFs don't really convey that. And
Right.
It's one of the benefits we get with the printed materials.
So what are some of your notable products? Walk us through some of the most notable products that you offer.
So we're most known for right now, actually, Humblewood, which is a campaign setting for Dungeons and Dragons where you get to play as a woodland creature. So instead of elves and dwarves and humans, instead you're going to play as birds and hedgehogs and foxes. There's an example of one of our box sets, one of our plushies, and a bundle that we have available on our site, hitpointpress.com. Additionally, we offer, as you saw the lenticular cards before, we created a series of spell cards that have reference material on them so that you could feel like you're casting the spell as you play the game. And so here's an example of a spell called Wish, where it looks like, a nice little wish is being
That is so
cast.
cool.
Or this one's called Weird. I'm not sure if you get that.
Oh, yeah, that is wild.
Yeah, so we actually have animated over 600 of these cards, and the really cool part is not only they're nice and animated on the backside, it actually tells you how the spell works and how you can play the game, so that way you don't have to worry about always carrying the books around. You can just carry the reference material that you need.
Ricardo, give us an idea of your growth from your beginnings to where you are now.
So we started this in 2015, and when we were doing the gaming tokens and accessories, it was more of like a little passion project, trying to figure out if I could do e-commerce and play around with that. I think that first year it was like, we made $10,000. And compared to last year with the crowdfunding campaigns that we run and all the sales sites we do, we actually topped over 5 million in the past year. It's been phenomenal growth. We've, as you can see here, we've actually have a couple of the books. We do publishing for other creators as well. So the Islands of Sina Una and the Griffin Saddlebag are other creators from the States and from all around the world. Laura with Thera is the latest book we just brought on. They have a really cool digital platform that they're offering called Alchemy RPG. Fool's Gold is a campaign setting based off of a YouTuber's animated series that they created. So we're doing a lot of collaborations with other creators in Canada and around the world for the different kinds of books that we create.
Looking forward to the rest of this year, what do you see coming for the company?
So right now, actually, the Fool's Gold campaign setting, the last one you saw, is the big project that we're focusing on right now in terms of like all of our writers and starting to develop and design what's going on there. We are finalizing a carnival setting called Hecna, which should be done designing by the end of this month. So if it gets right into production, we can get it ready for everyone who backed our Kickstarter for it, and it'll be perfect for just in time for Halloween. As well as we have an animated tarot deck. So we took the technology that we did for these animated spell cards and applied it to tarot, so that when you do your divinations or read cards, you actually have a nice animated effect to them.
Unbelievable. Ricardo, congratulations on all the success. It's just, as I said off the top, an amazing Ottawa success story. So really appreciate you spending time with us. And congratulations not only to yourself, but to the rest of your team.
I appreciate the thanks, and thank you for having me on.
A pleasure. By the way, that website is hitpointpress.com if you want to find out more information. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back to talk about a wonderful opportunity for Canadian artists.